Hello and welcome to Bad at Board Games. My name's Brad Lake and I'm bad at board games, so you don't have to be. Today we're going to be talking about Spiritfire, and I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to wrap my brain around this. Like, what am I going to say? How am I going to talk about this? Been watching different things and looking at different things and figure I just might as well hit record and we can kind of like walk through this together. I've seen a couple of things that are just like, oh, I don't know. And want to get your opinions on it. It's doing very well. However, it's got some interesting things going on with it that we should discuss, I think. Spiritfire, we are at $626,000 raised, 4,795 backers, and we have 9 days to go. Typical Orange Nebula, they're going to fund. They have big, kind of cult. People trust them, their games, so forth and so on, if you like their games. And so the very beautiful, they're a Euro game company wrapped in a pretty package. So something I like, however, with caveats. This game, I want to point out first, is that they had originally come out and said it's like 1 to 3 players or something. It's 1 player per box. So let's clarify that right now. This core pledge is $99. You play solo for $99. If you and your friend want to play together, your friend has to have a box. It's kind of like, going and buying a video game. If you guys want to play together, you're each going to have a copy of the game. So it's $99 per player. So let's make sure we're clarifying that. That was not clear at the beginning of this. Some people started to complain. They have updated this a bit. And to clarify that, and then we can kind of scroll down here to this part right here. Can be solo or cooperative with stories for environments permanently affected by players' choices. But it's a solo game. So why support? They're a small company. You don't see these at retail, and you don't even really see their games at miniature market. So that might be a reason you want to support them. And if you look, the core pledge they're saying is $99, and their current value they're saying is $128, but you're still going to pay shipping. Blah blah blah. Character box of your choice. Community journey pack, and these little packs are like 5-10 cards. They're nothing to get all that excited about. So just in these 3 things here that they're saying would be $9 or $5, you're getting 20 cards. It's the same thing they did with Vindication, and I got all in on that. Go check out games I'm Culling for November. You'll find out that that's in that list. Special edition, neoprene, it's kind of like, you're playing a solo game, so you're going to get a mat to go with your cards. Couple more packs. I can't stop coughing today. The game format, Spiritfire is played with 3 parts. You choose your character, and it's kind of a deck builder. You're going to build up from what I've been able to ascertain, and then you're going to open a world realm, and then you're going to have your own personal quest packs. So the best thing that I can understand, I watched Board Game Co's version of this, like, what is it? How does it play? You're going to have Spark, and it's a solo game to see how far you can get in the game before you die, before you lose your Spark. So can you get through 3 quests before you die? Can you get through 10 quests? Are you going to be able to re-up your Spark so that you have more health so that you can continue? How optimal time-wise are you going to be able to do? Because these are a series of solo puzzles that you kind of have a character that you're upgrading your deck in a way that allows your character to live or have more powers and so forth and so on. So It's kind of like a dungeon crawl campaign game, but it's a Euro puzzle when you go into the dungeon. So you're not fighting anything. So this isn't one of those things. If you like to just sit and solve a puzzle, whatever that puzzle may be, pushing cubes or flipping over cards and trying to have the best deck available to, solve the puzzle, then this is what you're getting. You're getting a whole bunch of different little solo puzzle games wrapped in a world, and I don't know how loose the story is going to be or how ingrained the story is going to be with the puzzles you're doing, but that really seems like what it is. And I'm not, for myself, I'm not that. I'm still waiting for the other game that I kickstarted. What was it? Unsettled. I'm still waiting for Unsettled. It was a reprint, and they've taken 2 years to do a reprint. So, those are some of my issues with Orange Neb. I think they're great artists, and I think they're great creative thinkers. But I think getting things, where the rubber hits the road and getting things launched and getting all the production stuff out, they can't stop themselves. They can just keep going and going and going, kind of like a la Kingdom Death Monster. And so it takes you longer to get something. And I don't think you're going to get this for 2 years. It's taken Unsettled almost 2 years to get to me, and that's a reprint. This is going to be 2 years plus, and do you want to spend your money on that? You're going to be opening new content packs as you unlock them, and from what I understand, like, you could go do a quest and might fail at it because you haven't unlocked a pack that would allow you to beat that. So, you may go do something, fail, come back, go do a few other things. You'll be sitting there with that quest still incomplete, and you may unlock some cards that now are going to let you go back and do that quest. And this is going to be very different. So if you look at Vindication and how it's like a cube pusher, and they try to give you this, if you read the individual cards and such, it's neat, but in the end, the story doesn't come through the game mechanism. So it's really hard to like feel like you're doing the story and all the things that are on the board. I have a feeling this is gonna be somewhat like that. Unsettled seems more like, hey, I've got this robot, I've got these people, I'm going out, I'm trying not to die on this planet, and then there's a puzzle, and in that puzzle you're like, oh, I don't want to die, so you're trying to explore the map, get what you need, get back to the ship, and leave the planet. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that with this. Are you going to feel like you have a character, and then you're going to feel like it's leveling up? All the artwork and everything, it's always beautiful. Here's one of the challenges, right? So these challenges are in the book, and you're going to open it up, and you can't read it. So that might help if they allowed us to zoom in and read this one, but it's, you've got different numbers, different colors, and you're going to have to like traverse through this maze to get through and out and, elevate your consciousness, who knows, something like that. And then you'll have, looks like this is your world here on the right. And as you complete or do things, you'll be able to change cards out on your world grid here. And then develop and master unique disciplines, the mental, emotional, and spiritual techniques used in almost every action in the game. Because quests are unique, there is no best builds. Many challenges call for situational deck construction to overcome. So this is what I mean by, you may go into a puzzle from one of these pages and not have enough of the right cards to complete that puzzle. So then you may have to leave, go do something else, come back, but then you're losing your spark because you went into a dungeon unprepared or went into a puzzle unprepared. And then let's see, your best experiences have potential to unlock a flicker of something new within you. You can within you, a mote of understanding you can use towards growth. How you apply this flicker determines what new cards you have unlocked. So they're showing like you're drawing on their cards, which you may or may not like, to unlock some of your powers to see what they are. A measure of your life is the impact it leaves behind and the way it impacts those who follow. Finishing one character story doesn't mean your time with Spiritfire is done. In fact, you're just beginning. So you're going to kind of like, almost I wonder if it's like generational. Like you're going to play a character for as far as you can. Maybe they'll pass something over onto the next character that you build, and you don't have to start completely from scratch. But they're being a little bit, I don't know. This is built for solo. You can play with your friends, but they have to have a box. So like I said, it's $100 per player to play this game. And I don't know how well it really corresponds with having somebody else. You're going to be playing a solo puzzle together. I don't know. Sometimes that can be fun. Other times it just doesn't sound, I don't know. It just doesn't sound that interesting. The experience beyond the mechanics. Looking at the game mechanics is a valuable method of assessing if something is right for us, but what else can we reference beyond when the game is considered an experience, especially when a game's mechanisms are unfamiliar. We look at the feelings of the game that it instills. I agree. Experience, and like when I do my value rating, I'm looking at what's the experience you got for the cost, right? Like if you had a great experience and it was $200, it may completely be worth it. But I understand what they're trying to say, but are they going to give you that experience in this? So it's an open world. It's just going to continue to exist. And so for $100, if you could play, 100 or 200 hours, that can be a great deal if you're going to play it that much. If you find that challenge or that, moving through the map here and then the puzzles that are in the book that you open up and deck building your way through it, do you find that interesting enough? Let's see. Opportunity for challenge mastery. While casual approaches are effective and valid, if you're drawn to exerting power and prowess against a sharp foe or imposing puzzle, then you will need to find potent long-term satisfaction in the deeper layers of the gameplay. Don't know what that means. Worlds and characters to get lost in. Each realm has a deeply developed history with its own myths, cultures, and creatures, paired with the stories found in your personal quests. Your affection for surprising tales and deep connections will be served. So that'll be interesting. But there's not a lot of text on these cards. These are just like action cards. So where's the story coming from? No combat. That may or may not be a good thing for you. I like combat. I would prefer that. So, but you're still rolling dice, it looks like. So it's not combat, but you have to roll for checks or something. So, well, it's the same thing. Anyway, introspective journey, achieving incredible feats and leaving a meaningful impact requires developing of self-exploration purpose and overcoming the burdens of facing challenges creatively. It means looking inward. So we have a therapy game. Which therapy's good. I don't know if I want it in my board game. You are the story. Yeah, that's typical. You're trying to do that with all your campaigns. The ultimate solo journey with friends. I think this is where it's going to really struggle. That'll be interesting to see when it finally lands. And like here's your struggles. Here's your page. I'm going to let you guys read this if you're interested. Each one of these pages has a different puzzle, and this is your game, right? You're going to have a deck of cards, and you're going to try to work your way through these puzzles. Contribute. I wish you could zoom in on these, or that they would have blown this up a couple of these so you could really see this is what you're going to be playing for 100 or 200 hours or whatever it is. What's included? You're going to get 600 cards, 37 resealable card packs. So these are, I guess, your characters. You'll take these cards, put them into little Ziploc bags that are printed and pretty. 5 dual-purpose display storage boxes with dividers. And I don't know if these are going to be plastic or tuck box kind of things. And then this is your, you're going to have a place to put your cards, and then you're going to, this is your world. You're going to be placing your cards, and that's how you'll move around the world and discover your quests that you're going to go on. And then you get a color kit and a stone color kit. What is this? Super caliber high resin components and wooden blocks create a wondrous tactile experience. Okay. Maybe you get to pick your color. Maybe you change the color. I don't know. Dry erase cards. Oh, so maybe this is, so it's a dry erase card that you're drawing on. So it's not going to be something you're going to ruin as you unlock your character. We've got the neoprene mat. All right, so these are the color. So this is what a color kit looks like. You have the ability to, okay. You have different color things to play. It's like no other game does that. Like when you want to be a different color person, or, you're going to pick, I'm the red guy or the yellow guy. Or no game, never seen. This is new and unique. Sorry. All right. We are still, they're going to let you add on a different pack of cards. Character pack bundles. Yep, this is where they're going to add on all kinds of add-ons beyond your $100. And then you can have cool looking videos. It's kind of hard to watch Meg and Alex play this game because they don't have a top-down camera. It's just an Orange Neb. Alex goes through how to play it and what it is. I recommend you should watch that, at least get past the first half, where he kind of compares it to like, why are we playing games and all that. Like, this is just a solo game wrapped in a dungeon crawl, with like, how long can you live? The way I break this down is, I've got a certain life force. I'm going to see how far I can go before I die. It's almost, I'm going to break it down to that. And is that something that's going to interest you over the long haul? Got all the people in Orange Nebula, and they don't have shipping. Let's see. Interesting. They have nothing in here for shipping. So, wow. They charged me shipping last time I did it, so it says ship to anywhere in the world, estimated delivery. I will say this will not get to you in December of 2024. Like I said, they were not able to duplicate Unsettled in 1 year. This is like a year away. No chance. This is brand new. I bet they're not done working on this. And at the earliest, it'll be a year and a half. I'm going to bet 2 years. I'm going to say this is December 2025. I don't believe them. I really don't believe them. I just don't see them. They just don't seem to be a company that knows how to land the plane. Like I said, the creatives are going and going and going and don't want to stop and don't want to stop. And, they're going to tell you, like, we're just trying to make the best game ever. And that may be true. However, they're not getting you a game at all. That's kind of where my take is. I guess I'm not going to go searching for their shipping. I would bet their shipping is going to be $20 or $30 or $40 for the game, depending on how much. I mean, like, this may be a very small box. You're just talking. This could be tiny. You may be spending $100 on a small box game. Honestly, they're making it look large, but if you think about it, this is just the height of this box is the size of these cards and these tuck boxes, and you're going to have these books in here. This may be a lot smaller than they're trying to portray. They're making it look like it's a big box, but I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I am. Am I going to back this? No, I am not going to back this. I am still waiting on Unsettled. I got really hyped about it when it came out, and then you couldn't get it, right? And then they finally came out with hey, we're going to reprint it, and I'm still salty about the fact that it's taking so long for them to do a reprint. And maybe it's because they were working on this, and where they could have just gotten Unsettled out of the way and started working on this. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I know during Unsettled, they were like, oh, we need more money, and we're trying to, and this and that. And, I don't know how well they are at their project management. Doesn't mean I think this isn't going to get done, but I don't have any confidence it's going to get done. It's not going to get done in a year. That is like somebody telling you, hey, this game is a 30 to 60 minute game. And we all know what kind of lies that is. You will not get this in a year. There is no chance. Not with Orange Nebula. So that's my thoughts. What do you think? I was going to do a reaction with Alex's video, and I may still try to do that. I'm just having some technical difficulties with trying to get a decent sound out of YouTube and matching it up with what I'm doing. So if I figure that out, you may kind of watch for that video, like, subscribe if I put something up that you like. Really appreciate it. And come along for the journey. I'm not trying to badmouth this game. I just think that it's a Euro puzzle. It's extremely beautiful. And that's what they're good at, right? So if that's what you like and you want a new solo game, this may be right up your alley. If you just want the puzzles, I can't speak to, and they're not really giving you enough to say like there really is going to be a story behind the puzzles. That's my biggest thing. Like, in campaigns and in dungeon crawls, the best ones give you a story like Oathsworn and Kingdom Death Monster, and then the ones that are just kind of pasted on, like more of CMON stuff, where it's just like loosely get you from this thing to that thing, and then you're going to go out and fight a bunch of zombies. Like, I don't know where they're going to end up being with this. Is it going to just be like, hey, you're going to move to here, and then now you're going to work on your, intellectual intelligence, and here's a puzzle that is intellectual intelligence puzzle. But it, you saw the pictures. It's just, here's a bunch of circles, and here's a bunch of colors, and probably numbers on it, and how do you effectively use your deck builder to then navigate that puzzle? That's what you're doing. You're having a deck of cards. You're going to more than likely flip them over and figure out how you navigate that. So we shall see. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious. This, almost 5,000 backers. It'll have 5,000 backers before this is over, which will give them, they're already over 100,000 or 500,000. So people are getting more than one. You've got a few people buying like the 4-box set, but just remember, it's going to be small. This isn't going to be that big. And we'll see what happens. I may want it in 2 years when it finally launches, but I'm going to wait until other people chime in and let me know what this experience is. I'd rather put my money somewhere else for right now. Just remember, no matter how you play, whether it's solo, which is this, or with family and friends, enjoy whatever you are bringing to the table. Have a great night.